Good morning, everyone, and good morning to our instructor in this subject. So today, this time I will discuss about the interactive influence of heredity and environment on the child development. So the overview of this lesson today we will learn about the role of heredity and environment in personality development of human. One, meaning of heredity. Two, its role in a child's development. Three, meaning of environment for educational implications. So the introduction of this lesson, the individual's personality is the product of both heredity and environment. In some cases, heredity may overpower development, and in certain other cases, environment may very strongly influence growth and development. It is because of this differences individuals differ in physics, character, and other personality traits. A child's development represents the interaction of heredity and environment. Heredity determines the potential of child, while the environment influences the extent to which that potential is achieved. So here we go, heredity and environment role. So heredity or nature. So bakit sinasabi that the heredity uh another term is a nature? Because nature siya dahil galing ito sa genes from both parents. Like um um the eyes color, the hair, the skin contour, or the complexion that we can get from our parents. So strong influence of physical development. Physical makeup that a child inherits from parents. Yun. Environment or nurture. So alam na natin yung nurture kasi yung pinag-usapan natin like Ma'am Zambra said. So everything that surrounds and influence child. It includes the families, school, neighbors, media, etc. that a child can get the attitude like we are now the new generation, our new generation today. So next is the heredity, the meaning of heredity. So every human being is born as a result of conception which takes place due to certain biological factors process. The child carries with himself several physiological and psychological peculiarities that are present in the parents. In fact, it is the heredity that determines structure, complexion, structure of hair, height, facial features, nasal index, etc. of the child. Thus, different types of the genes help in the formation of a body. So, in a prenatal child development, alam na naman natin yung sperm from the male pupunta sa female reproductive or ovum at doon siya mag-perform because mag-release siya ng sperms, and each contain 23 chromosomes, and then when the two cells meet, so the resulting new organisms has the correct 46 chromosomes. So the heredity, as it said that the refers to all of the genes that a person has inherited from parents there, right? And this one, the phenotype, it's how these genes are actually expressed, and also can include physical traits such as height, color, or the eyes, as well as the non-physical traits such as shyness and extroversion. Genes expression, whether or not a gene is expressed depends on two different things: the interaction of gene with other genes and the continual interaction between the genotype and the environment. So genetic interaction, genes can sometimes contain conflicting information, and in most cases, one gene will win with the battle for dominance. Some genes act in an additive way. For example, if a child has one tall parent and one short parent, the child may end up splitting the difference by being of average height. In other cases, some genes follow a dominant recessive pattern. Eye color is one example of dominant recessive genes at work. So the gene for brown eyes is dominant and the genes for blue eyes gene while the other eyes is recessive. If one parent hands down a dominant brown eye gene while the other parent hands down a recessive blue eye gene, the dominant gene will win out and the child will have brown eyes. So that's the a further explanation, an example of heredity. So, heredity is the passing on of traits from parents to their offspring. So, yun yung sinabi ko kanina na yung bata ay pwede niya makuha yung kulay ng mata niya from her or his father, and the color of hair or the skin, the complexion she or he can get from mother or father. Depende na yun sa process ng genes. Next, ito yung mga sinabi ko. This is the traits nga pwedeng makuha niya sa parents. So, the eye color, eye color, hair color, height, body structure, facial features, skin contour. Environment. So, environment is nothing but sum total of the surrounding and which an individual's environment is related to all those stimuli which have phases from the moment of fertilization till death. Environment is generally divided into two categories. So, natural and social. Bakit sinasabi na natural and social? Malalamin natin. So, environment, one's surrounding. So, ito na yung sinasabi ko na yung mga kategorya. So, the child can develop his or her social interaction through this school when he was a child, or even he or she can develop his or her social interaction with his or her neighbors and also the family also. So here's some sample pictures. So next is the environment factors. So, environment factors. So, familiar influences. Ano yung sinabi ko? The child, pwede niya makukuha. Ang pamilya can help her or his know the child history. Family can help you incorporate the child's race or culture into the learning experience and environment. Family can help you know the child needs. Community can help the family with resources, services. Community can help you incorporate outside resources and services. So, in environment interaction, the environment a child is exposed to both to both in utero and throughout the rest of his or her life can also impact how genes are expressed. For example, exposure to harmful drugs while in a utero can have a dramatic impact on later child development. Height is a good example of a genetic can be influenced by environmental factors, while a child genetic code may provide instruction for tallness. The expression of this height might be surprised if the child has poor nutrition or chronic illness. So, the example of the environment that can influence on the child development is the timing of when the onset of puberty occurs is largely the result of heredity, but environmental factors such as nutrition can also have an effect. So next is the geographical influences. So these are the pictures na pwede siya makaka-influence on the development of the children. So, socio-economic status and its influence. So, yun yung pwede rin makaka-influence yung socio-economic status. Yun yung sinabi ko sa kanina na kung pinanganak ka ng from 4, so, iba yung resulta ng paglaki ng bata. Either, ang bata ay hindi siya hindi siya healthy. So while the rich the child raising from the rich family, so they are very healthy. And depende na yun sa sa environment din. Minsan kasi may mga mamayaman na hindi din healthy yung bata. So lang sa kanila is super tangkad talaga. Kahit nasa edad pa ng 13-year-old compared to from the child from the poor family. Hindi sila matatangkad. So both heredity and environment have their shape in molding the life and personality of the individual. Heredity is responsible for all the inborn traits, the instincts, emotion, IQ, reflex, action, and physical traits. Environment is responsible for the growth and development of the physical, mental, and social traits. The two forces, heredity and environment, are not opposed to each other, but are complementary, like said and so well. The heredity is the raw material out of the object. It is to be prepared, and environment in the technique and other material for the manufacture. Two individuals of the same heredity might differ when put in this similar environment. So, yun yung sinabi ko kanina. So, this is the end of the topic. So, thank you for watching and listening. I hope that you will learn about these topics. So again, two individuals of differing heredity would probably differ in spite of identical environment. So we predict that if we change either factor, the product is changed. So, yung sinabi ko, no person can be born without heredity, and genes cannot develop without proper environment. So, the presence of diverse environmental condition, the physical growth of children can decline. So, example of the bombal gas tragedy for food, earthquake, and terrorist attacks. So, thank you for listening. God bless.